Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to episode 5 of Imaginate. We're coming to you live from Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. My name is Julie Sands. I'm the host of Imaginate. I'm also the founder and CEO of Shake It Up Now, a personal and business transformation company. I am so excited to be here today with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Big news. My show is going live in English, so I can speak better and I don't have to, kind of pause in between and tell you what I said in English and translate it into Spanish. I love Spanish. Spanish is such a beautiful language. It's a language of love, and there's a lot of things that you can't say in English the way they sound in Spanish. So to all my Latino viewers out there, los amo. Los amo. Y voy a hablar español, claro que sí, but the show will be in English. And I'm going to be bringing you the same content, but now I can expand it to a bigger audience, more guests, and more topics. So I'm so excited. Today, we have 2 women that I just adore. I actually work with these girls, and they are beautiful Latinas in real estate, and they are going to tell you their story, but also tell you how they got into the real estate industry. So if there's someone out there that you know that has been thinking about getting into a real estate career, a female, a mom, or maybe a young girl that's just gotten out of college and she wants to start her career in real estate, it's a fabulous career. I've been in the industry for 30 years. I absolutely love it. It's exciting. It's vibrant. There's always something new, and you can make a lot of money in real estate if you hustle and you put yourself out there. Please, when you're watching the show, if you guys could hit the like button and the heart button, and if you could please share this with everybody. Share it to your community pages. Share it with your tios, your tias, did I say that already? Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents. Share it around the world. I would totally appreciate it. The show is doing fabulous, you guys. The numbers that you see that says views, that's not only the views that we have, that's just the views that you see. There's views that come in through the station webpage. We're also loading up on YouTube pretty soon. We're going to have multiple YouTube's channels going. So the exposure is going to be huge. If you're an advertiser and you want to advertise on my show and you want to take this ride with me, inbox me. I'm at It's Julie Sands on all social media. It's Julie Sands, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So today, let me introduce to you my first guest, beautiful mom, mother, and wife, and a career woman. So Viri Padilla, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
I know you're nervous, right, to be on the show?
Yes.
I know. It's your first time in front of a live audience.
First time.
Yeah, well, you're beautiful, and I know you're going to do
you.
great. I just want to really jump into it because the show goes really fast. So I want to jump into the conversation that you and I had a few days ago. I work with you, and I know the quality of person you are.
Thank you.
And I just was so attracted to you as a woman and as a mom, as a friend.
Thank you, likewise.
You grew up in downtown Los Angeles.
I did.
Really rough area.
My hood.
Yeah, and you went to San Pedro Elementary.
I did.
Right, and at a young age. Your mom and your dad, they were immigrants from another country, not a lot of education, but they knew that the situation you were in, where you were living, was not somewhere that they wanted to be, right?
Yes.
Tell me about what you experienced living in downtown LA and in the rough area of Los Angeles.
Well, my parents were always adamant about, the right thing to do. So their thing was no drugs, no gangs whatsoever. They were very strict on who we hung around with and where
That's
we
really
were going to
good.
be at after school, because both my parents worked.
Yeah.
And I love them to pieces. But they did what they had to do for their family.
Exactly.
So after school, we would do our homework and we would head on over to the youth center right next door to our house, because we had an alley in between our home. But right next door, it was all people's, and that's where all the kids would go, because there was really no soccer park. There was no.
Wow. It's
so that
city.
was our refuge.
It is city, yeah.
So when we grew, we saw many things that, as a child, you shouldn't see.
Yeah.
We saw a kid getting jumped into a gang right in our alley.
Now, was that the jump-in fight that you were invited to?
No, that was separate.
Okay, so right in your alley, you saw gang members jumping a kid into the gang.
Yeah, and he was my brother's age. So my brother's 5 years older than I am. And he was about 12 or 13, so I was about 7 or 8 when that happened.
And you're seeing this?
And we're seeing this. We heard the commotion, and we looked out the window, and sure enough, there were, it seemed like they had drugged him up, and they just roughed him up, and they just left him there.
Wow.
And, we knew this kid, I knew him as my brother's friend.
Wow.
And when that happened, my parents contacted the boy's parents. And sure enough, they picked him up. But it was sad because after that, we saw that he was just a totally different boy.
Wow.
He was just, in the gang attire, and it was just...
It changed him.
It changed him. It really did change him. And I remember, friends of mine that would invite me. One time I remember exactly, they're like, come on, let's go. So-and-so's going to get jumped today on 18th Street.
Wow.
But I knew that if I went, I was doing something against my parents' will.
Yeah.
That I knew that...
They specifically told you no drugs, no gangs. Yeah.
God forbid something happened, I knew that I was just doing something wrong. And I just said, no, I have to do my homework.
Yeah.
And, but it was just those things that my parents instilled so much in us. Like, we weren't allowed to wear red, blue, or black shoes or any kind of that attire.
Any of those colors?
Nothing.
Because you might have been mistaken for a gang member.
Yeah, and it was just, that was not in our wardrobe. My parents were very adamant how we did our hair.
Wow.
Even to our hair, because it was just no slick backs for my brother.
Your parents had to take you completely out of that whole lifestyle,
right.
Even though you were in the midst of it.
Even though we were in the midst of it, and it opened our eyes to different things that happened.
Yeah.
But we knew that was not the path to go.
Tell me about the day that you saw your brother's friend. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the alley story you told me about.
So, so when that happened, so we heard him. We heard the commotion. We looked out the window, and
your bedroom window.
It was because me and my brother shared our bedroom.
Okay.
So he was on the top bunk, and I remember my brother telling me to turn off the TV, to turn off the light in the room.
Oh my gosh.
And we looked out, and sure enough, they were roughing him up, and that was so instilled in me because he was 12, 13. That's my son's age right now, my youngest. And to think that my son could be in that situation, I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, I know.
I can't imagine it in a million years.
And and you know what? If you're watching and you live in a rough area and you cannot get out right now, perfect example of how you should be parenting. You should be parenting in a manner that you tell your kids, this is this and this and this and this and this is unacceptable. You will not be involved in it. You should know where your kids are at all times. You should know who their friends are, know what they're doing, not be afraid to call the kids as parents of the house where they're at or where they say they're at. Right. You have to be involved. Yeah. I mean, your parents did an awesome job with instilling that in you. Yeah. And I know the woman you are. I mean, you just turned out so beautifully.
I thank them, because when you're little, when they tell you, no, you can't go here,
you're mad.
Like, ay, ¿por qué no me dejan ir? Si mi amiga también va. And, why me? Why are my parents so strict? Yes. Or why are they mean?
Why are they mean?
Why are they mean? That's what you think.
So
like, ay, mi mamá, mi papá no me dejan ir. But it's not that. They obviously see something that we're not seeing at that age.
Exactly. And then, so your mom wanted out of there.
Yeah. So I was in 4th, 5th grade, and my mom got pregnant. So we were going to have
just you and your brother.
Yeah, it was just me and my brother. And my mom said, there's no way, my brother was going to go to Jefferson High School, which was not a good school at that time.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to transition to junior high, which would be John Adams. And my mom said, like, that was not a school for a
Yeah,
little girl.
it was
My mom-
really rough
yeah.
in that area.
And
Yeah, I don't
my
know how
mom
it is
said-
now, but it was rough back then.
And my mom se le puso a mi papá y le dijo, no, nos tenemos que salir de aquí.
Wow.
And they moved us to Ontario, California.
And that's where you were finished being raised in Ontario.
Right.
Okay.
At 5th grade, that's when I was in 5th grade. My brother was starting high school. And my mom said, look, no. And
We're out of here.
We're out of here
Yeah.
because this is not the place to be. And
Yeah.
even though they commuted back to work to LA because that was their job.
So they commuted back and forth to
LA. But they knew that our surroundings were not the right ones for us anymore. Because
And that's what I did too. I commuted for a long time from, where I lived into LA because I wanted better for my kids. I didn't want them to be in that area.
Right.
So let's fast forward. So you go through high school and you're out of high school now and you're working. I want to know, how did you get into real estate? Because you are so good at it. And you also do, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the other thing I asked you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you wanted to, but you do so well in real estate, but you also do well supporting other realtors
I do.
in their business. I mean, you're just amazing. I've gotten so many compliments on your work.
Thank you.
Seriously, I mean, this girl's like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wait a minute. 500 emails, like within 15 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's awesome. But how did you decide that you wanted to get into real estate?
So the way that I got into real estate was in a really bad time because that's when our economy, it was just down below.
The recession
had hit.
So the market had crashed.
The market
was
had
2008
crashed.
or
2008.
Oh my God!
2009.
Yeah.
And my husband lost his job, and he was the sole provider for us. My husband and I had made a conscious decision for me to stay home
And you
because
had 2 kids?
the kids were little.
Wow.
And my oldest was 4, and my youngest was 2. So we had made a conscious decision that I would stay home until they would be at school full time.
Uh-huh.
And my husband loses his job.
And you're in the recession.
And we're in the recession.
And you have your house.
We have our house.
Oh
His
my
employer
God.
denied his employment benefits.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just a whole process. So it's 6 months, down, and we have no income at all. So
For
we're
6 months?
Yeah. So
Oh my God.
we get a hold of a lady that says that she can modify our loan. And while we were in the process of doing that, she says, why don't you get into real estate? And she says, it can't get any worse than this. And I said, what do
Wow,
you mean?
that is so
I didn't even understand
Yeah.
what.
You didn't know
yeah,
that?
I was like, what do you
Wow.
mean? She
It
goes,
was really bad.
Yeah, because she goes, you'll learn because this is just the worst time to get into real estate. If
Yeah.
you can get through it now, you've got it,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I said, okay. So she put me through the process. She got me
Oh
where
my
to go,
gosh.
how to get my license. I did everything online. I never went to a
Yeah.
class. I did everything online.
She was like an angel.
And she really was.
Wow.
And I always have her in my prayers, and I always thank for her and my husband also, because if it wasn't for her, I don't even think I would have gotten into this.
Oh my
into
gosh.
this business.
It's a rough business, isn't it?
It is a rough business.
It is a rough business.
And yeah, at the beginning I was like, what is this? There was short sales and foreclosures and
And
the
just so you
REO.
know, Viri was like the short sale queen. I would not, and I still won't, I won't touch a short sale. I refer it out. It's not my thing. I don't like them. But
And
Viri,
back then, we were working with banks that
Oh
you had to call Eastern time. So I was
East Coast
time because I had to call at 5 o'clock because
5 in the morning.
at 5 o'clock in the morning
Oh my
because
gosh.
those lines were busy all day.
Because everyone
long.
was doing
Everybody
short
was
sales.
doing short sales. So my husband would
Oh
wake
my
up and he's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm on hold with the bank." But that's what you had to do back then because there was so much of that going on.
But here's the thing, and here's what I want you girls to know. And again, please share this. Please like it. Please heart it. Please, tell your friends to watch it and watch it on the replay. And please let me know where you're watching from. If all over the world, I want to know where you're watching from. I promise I'll like your comment or get back to you in some way, shape, or form. But you were losing your house. You had no money for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You get into this new career. Your husband doesn't have a job. You're going to do short sales. Oh, yeah, you're going to be
Yeah.
on the phone at 5 in the morning. Why? Because there was a need. And when there's a need, you will succeed. I always say that. And for you ladies out there that are struggling, find something to do. Get into real estate. Work the hard deals because that's where you learn the most. So you did short sales.
Yeah, I would negotiate the short sales for other agents because I was so new. I didn't have my own clients. I didn't have listings, obviously. I didn't have buyers.
So you would negotiate for the other agents.
Because
and then they would pay you.
And I had, like I said, I had no idea how to do this, but I was determined to get an answer from the bank, to get an approval, to get an appraisal out here, to get that short sale approval because, I mean, back then it was months before we could get an approval.
Oh my gosh,
and
months.
You just had to call every day because if you didn't call one day, they would just tell you, oh, you didn't call yesterday and we needed this from you.
Gosh.
So it was a daily thing with these banks.
I had a short sale that took 9 months and my client wanted the house and they're still my client. I love them. Beautiful family. 9 months before that sale closed. So you had to be persistent.
You have to be.
So,
and even to this day, you have to be persistent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to be, no matter what.
So the market begins to shift, and you begin to have your own clients now, and you begin to list properties, and you begin to have buyers.
Right.
How is it when you get into a full-blown escrow? So the escrows are 30 to 45 days. Right now they're more like 45. You get into an escrow, and you're handling someone's life.
Right.
They're buying a house or they're selling their house. What happens? And I want you to say this because of the moms out there or the women that, have a busy life and they want to get into real estate. How is it handling the escrow process? Is it always easy?
No.
Tell me what can go wrong sometimes.
Some people say, oh, you guys earn a lot of money and they always want some type of kickback but you don't see the behind the scenes. It's just from the appraisal coming in low. So then the seller doesn't want to sell because the price is too low. So then you have to negotiate and try to come back in the middle grounds. You have your home inspections. Obviously, as a due diligence to your buyer, I always recommend to do a home inspection on the house you're getting ready to buy. And sometimes things come up and they're like, even though you're buying a 20-year-old house, sometimes it's their house, it's gonna be their house, so they want it to be perfect. So you just have to work through it and come to the middle to work through the sellers and through the buyer sides to come to a come-in.
A good realtor has great negotiation skills.
Correct.
You have to develop that.
You have to.
Right? What would and you can make a lot of money in real estate, right?
Yeah, you can.
But you're going to work your butt off.
You got to work for it.
You're going to work your butt off.
You have to work for it.
How have you changed people's lives by working in real estate? What do your clients say about you?
I don't want to say that I've changed their whole life completely, but they know that I'm truthful and I'm honest to them. I'm never going to sell them something that is not right for them. If I don't feel it's right for them and I feel it in the pit of my stomach, I will never do anything wrong because it's my license it's my license.
Yeah.
And that's my livelihood.
And you have a high level of integrity.
Right.
So you're going to tell your client the truth.
I'm going to be honest.
So if you're looking to buy a house and you connect with Viri's with her vibe, with her spirit, with what she has to say, contact her. Please. If you want to list your house and you like what you see, you like what you hear, that's very important. You have to connect with your realtor. It can't just be, both parties have to connect because it's going to be a hard process, emotional process.
It's a very emotional process because for many people, it's their first house. I deal with a lot of Spanish-speaking buyers, and sometimes they hear, oh, this person said this and this person says this, and they go by the hearsay. But when I tell them, no, this is in reality what goes down as to when you want to buy a house, what you're supposed to do first, get pre-qualified, find that house. But sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but this person says they'll do it,
Oh, yeah, they'll promise you the world.
Yeah, and I go,
and it's not reality.
I don't want to lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I will be truthful and honest, and I'll say, hey, we'll go forward, or you know what, I don't think this is going to work. But because I will never want to put somebody in a position that they're not going to be able to
get out of or something. Yeah.
Right.
Where do you think the market's going? How many minutes do I have now, Janet? A cut? Okay. Where do you think the market's going real quick?
It's still good.
Right?
It's a good market. interest rates are still low, compared to what they were
Yes.
years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still a good market. It's still a seller's market. I see it as both.
And so give them your email address.
It's ViriRealtyHomes@yahoo.com, or you can find me on ViriPadilla.com.
And Facebook, and you're on Facebook.
Viri
We're going to
Padilla.
blast her information all over our page. Viri,
Thank
it
you so
was
much,
so
Julie.
great to
Thank
have
you,
you here. I know the audience is going to love you,
Thank you.
because you're just a fabulous woman and a fabulous person. So
Thank
thank you
you.
for being on Imaginate.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you grow in your business.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I can talk. Hey, you guys, you can hear my voice. See, I love live shows, you guys. I seriously love live shows. We can pre-record, we can pre-tape, but I love live shows. So Shake It Up Now, you're seeing my logo. Shake It Up Now is my company, and I am the founder and the CEO of that company. It's a personal and business transformation company, and what I do is I teach women how to make six figures in their business and still remain successful at home. And the reason why I took that up is because it makes no sense for you to have this flourishing career and you're making tons of money, but your kids are all messed up. You're in divorce court, or you're having stress attacks, or you have anxiety. What's the use? Janet is telling me a little bit of Spanish. What's the use if you're this big successful woman and your home is falling apart? So I teach you how to make six figures in your business and have harmony at home so that you can stay married, you can raise great kids, you can have a beautiful home. So look me up if you need any coaching as far as that is concerned. If you need me to speak anywhere, I will fit my pricing to your budget. So just hit me up on the inboxes and I will get back to you. How many more seconds do I have before the Shake It Up? We're ready to go? All right, so can you guys see me again? Can you see my face? So my next guest is, oh my gosh, I love this girl. We go out to lunch whenever we can find time to, and we just have such a blast together. Beautiful spirit, big time hustler, resilient, and she inspires me to think bigger. So I want to welcome Martha Cervantez to the show. Welcome, Martha, to Imaginate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. I love your story. And just talking to you yesterday and then talking to you in the green room, I just want to dive in, and because you have a lot of juicy stuff for women out there. So you're from Riverside originally. You went to Bloomington High School. At a young age, you knew what you wanted to do in life per se as far as being in business, right?
Absolutely.
You were raised by your mom.
Yep.
Love her. I love all the videos you put up of her. She takes her mom for buying in her Jeep. Her mom's how old?
86.
86 years old. You know, like me, my father was on drugs, and you experienced alcoholism in your family. And for me, going through that made me want to rise above my situation. And how did that affect you as a little girl and wanting to be determined to make something of yourself? What does that do to a little girl?
Well, you know what? It truly, at such a young age, it taught me that, you know, there was no other way but up. That was the only option, and there wasn't any other option. So at the age of 13, I was already reading business books. I was
Wow.
already reading advertising books. So I knew if I was going to succeed, it was going to be because of me. And it was just that determination. However,
Wow.
let me preface it with saying that I've got such a gorgeous family, beautiful family. I'm
You do.
right in the middle. I've got 5 brothers.
I see the pictures.
And
So
2 sisters.
wonderful. Yeah.
And, you know, aside from just having that fighting spirit, you know, I've been so blessed because, oh gosh, I get chills just saying this. I truly have stood on the shoulders of giants.
Wow.
You know, I truly have stood on the shoulders of giants
That's
that have helped me
powerful.
grow.
You had the family support. You had the family support?
I had the family support. It's like I don't talk about myself a whole lot to this degree, so I'm getting the chills.
Yeah, it's emotional. It's emotional because, sometimes we don't get a chance to tell our family, our sisters, our brother. I saw the picture of your brother, our mothers, thank you. Thank you so much for not letting go of me, for not giving up on me, for letting me stand on your shoulders. We don't get that opportunity very often, so it is an emotional thing, Your mom is a very strong woman, to be able to raise all you kids and come out with such a beautiful family. You went to Cal State San Bernardino, and you got your degree in business and advertising, right?
Yes.
You said something to me, and so after that, you were working at Staples, 50 to 60 hours a week?
About, yes.
Wow. While you were going to school or after you got out of school?
While I was going to school.
While you were going to school, you were working 50, 60 hours.
Hey, hustle and grind, right?
Right? You said something to me. And you guys, seriously, I'm always talking. I'm always saying inspirational things. And I see a lot of inspirational stuff. It's hard to inspire me because I'm the one who speaks it. Girl, you said to me yesterday, think bigger than your environment. Think bigger than your environment. Holy cow. Think bigger than your environment. What is that? What does that mean to you? What did that do to you when you thought bigger of your environment?
Well, you know what? Truly, it's we get caught in spaces in our life, right? And we think it's the immediate situation. And I know growing up as a child, it was truly I didn't come from money. I just came from a house full of love, right? And
so important.
And that's what helped me grow. And I just knew I just knew that wasn't going to be where I was going to stop. I already knew that from a young age. I had no clue, absolutely no clue how I was going to get there. However, I recognized that there was a way for me to get there, and I'd figure it out as I went, so.
You were thinking bigger than your environment. You were thinking bigger than your environment. Sometimes you don't know the how. You know the what, you know the want, but you don't know the how. How am I going to get there? But I'll tell you right now, if you can think bigger than your environment, that's the first step, because it allows you to see outside of what's going on around you. And I think you're a perfect example of that. What have you been through in life that has taught you resilience? Because you talk a lot about resilience. You talk a lot about the grind and the hustle, but being resilient. What have you learned? What taught you that? Where do you get that from?
You know what? It's just that fight. You have to have that fight in yourself, guys. It's like we give up so quickly. We give up so easily. You just have to truly believe that there's something greater for you. For me, that something greater was, I got into real estate, and after I graduated from Cal State, I just wasn't loving what I was doing anymore at all. We're not even going to sugarcoat that one. I just wasn't loving it, right? So in the midst of going to school and working all these hours, I was truly, guys, I was exhausted. Holidays came around. I couldn't spend time with my family. I'd go to the dinner. Then I'd find a room and I would go knock out. I literally would pass out and go to sleep.
You're so tired.
So, fast forward to, I actually took a year off. My family, they were wondering like, hey, what's going on with you? Are you okay? What do we need to do to help you? Because I'm like that type of person that it's like naps are an anomaly in my world, right? So they were wondering what was going on. So, after the year, one day I wake up and I pretty much decide I'm going to go sell houses.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go sell houses. I did not know the first thing about what it meant to go sell houses.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So
where did you go to school to do that?
You know what?
To get your real estate license.
It's funny because I used to drive by there every day. It was a Century 21 office.
Yeah. They used to have live classes. Century 21 used to have live classes. Yeah.
So I drive by there every day, and I was like, gosh, it's like a great place to start. Yeah. So that's where I started.
Wow.
And
you said something to me. And I think this is because this is in your makeup. This is already in your mind, in your DNA, and then you literally like sleep, eat, drink this stuff. And this is what helps you to push forward and be resilient. You told me that sometimes we get caught in the moments of time and we don't let go. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we get caught in the moments in time and we don't let go. What are you caught up in? What has happened to you that you're caught up in and you're not letting it go? What did someone do to you that you're caught up in? What moment is that and you're not letting it go? If you don't let it go, you're not thinking bigger than your environment. You're holding on to the past and you're never going to get ahead if you do not let go of those moments in time. Martha, I'm telling you, when you said that to me yesterday, it shook me, because even though you guys see me here and I'm doing all these wonderful things, I'm still a person, I'm still human. And there are things that I'm not letting go in my own life, and I need to let them go if I want to get further. What did you have to let go?
What did I have to let go?
What did you have to let go so that you could push through? So you wake up that morning and you're like, I'm going to get into real estate. What did you have to let go? Did you have to let go of the fact that, oh my God, but my college degree is in something else? I feel tired. What did you have to let go of that enabled you, that catapulted you into the thriving career you have now? What did you let go of?
You know what? I think, first of all, we all, every single one of us, we have to let go. I had to let go a lot of stuff in my childhood. Like I said, my upbringing, I grew up in a very loving family, but I saw a lot. I went through a lot, right? So I had to shake off a lot of stuff. And, what you see now, it's not even like the completed project. It's truly every day. It's like, I'm like work in progress every day. So, you know what? I just had to let go of my self-limiting beliefs, and I still do every day.
That's awesome.
I let go of them because I know that there's a lot more for me, and I know that the best is truly, truly yet to come for me. You haven't even seen 1/4 of what I'm capable of, so.
And you believe that. And that's important. You believe that. So when you say I'm a work in progress, you haven't even seen anything yet. Do you see what I'm saying? She thinks bigger than her environment. She's already speaking it out. She's already saying you haven't seen anything yet. What you speak, what you think in your mind will become your reality. It will become your life. If you say, I'm broke, I'm fat, I can't find a job, I'm stupid, that will be your reality. You need to think bigger than your environment if you ever want to get out of it. And moms out there, watch what you tell your kids. Why don't you speak words that make them believe bigger than their environment? If you can't give them everything that you wish you can right now, then speak words to them that make them believe bigger than their environment, because your words matter. And Martha, you are living proof. I want to jump into, so now you're in real estate, you have this nice career going, you buy yourself a BMW, and then the market crashes. Right?
Boy, did it crash.
Tell me about that.
Boy, did it crash.
I love your story. I mean, I'm sad that happened, but I love your story. So tell me, the day your sister says, girl, I'm worried about you, or maybe you should look at a different career. Go on. Tell me that story.
Well, you know what? It was, the market crashed, right? I had money in the bank prior to that. Money in the bank. And we're all, as realtors, we're all feeling pretty excited. We've got, we can do just about whatever we want, right? So I always wanted a BMW. Just growing up, that was a go-to, right? That was a go-to. So finally, I get into real estate. I buy one, what was it? I think within a year of getting into real estate. And again, I had money in the bank. Life was great. Then lo and behold,
the market crashed.
Thank you. Right? So it just plummets. And again, I still had cash in the bank. And, the market just kept, there was just like no saving it.
No.
Right?
It was gone.
It was gone.
It was so bad.
No saving it. So
for you young people, you have no idea.
Save your money.
Yeah, save your money and live below your means. Yeah.
Yes.
No credit cards. No credit cards.
No credit cards.
So you're walking to your car one day, BMW, and you look at it and you say, how am I going to pay this?
Yeah, I'm looking at this brand new car. It's gorgeous, right? Hotter than my boyfriend, right? So it's just, but I'm also walking to it, and I'm like, man. And this is after my sister told me, she's like, hey, honey, you know what? You really got to think about something different. This is not working. It's not you. It's the market. Everybody's going through it.
Yeah.
And being as stubborn as I am, okay, that's my number one quality. I am stubborn. Okay, that is the I am.
But that's
I
what
am
makes you
affirmation.
successful in real estate as well, because you are stubborn. You will fight for your clients.
Absolutely.
And she's an award-winning realtor. This lady is fabulous. Negotiation skills, I mean, like crazy. So, but that's what makes you who you are for your clients, because you're stubborn. So you're not wanting to get out of the industry.
I'm not wanting to get out of the industry, right? But I remember walking to that car, and I'm literally thinking, man, Martha, you got to go sell track phones or something. You got to go do something. So I'm walking to the car, and saying my sister might be right. Then I get a call from an asset manager in the REO industry, in the bank-owned property industry. So I remember his name, and he says to me, hey, have you ever sold REOs? I didn't even know what an REO was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the acronym was, right?
Yeah, so for you guys that don't know, REO is real estate owned, so basically foreclosed property, right?
Yeah.
So you get a call from this guy, this bigwig, and says, hey, my name is so-and-so, do you want to sell foreclosed homes, right?
Yes.
And I told you, that was a God call. Sometimes when you get those divine interventions, that was a God call. So basically, I told her, so God had someone call you.
Yep.
Because he didn't want you to lose your BMW because it was hotter than your boyfriend. And what does he offer you? I mean, how many homes did you sell through that?
I sold about, 350, 400 homes. So, hey, mind you, so he asked me if I knew how to do this. I had no clue, right? So, I told him I did.
Of course I know what I'm doing.
So, truly, it's like, I've had a lot of support, and a lot of beautiful women like you inspire me, a lot of people that help me. But in real estate, when it comes to just how I learned, I'm pretty much self-made, because I had to learn. It was like the house is on fire, and I had to learn. But you know what? I want to share this with you, because a lot of people always share like all of the great stuff. You go on Facebook, they're in Cancun, they're in Italy, they're shaking the Pope's hand, and they're kissing babies, right? But listen, the thing to remember here is when they're in Cancun and you see the waterfall behind them in the pool, it's actually like a kiddie pool full of water. Yep. Okay, and the palm trees behind them are fake. Okay, so why do I say that? Because I'm a true believer that you know what? It's like there's so much stuff that's so synthetic.
Yes.
Okay, and when I deliver my stuff to you guys, because I truly like engaging with people. I really do.
Yeah,
because
you do a good job.
Well, you guys inspire me. So the
Thank
reason
you.
I say it that way is because that gorgeous BMW that I worked so hard for, and not even my family knows this. Okay, my sister knows this. 2 of my sisters know this. I lost that BMW.
Wow.
Okay, it was repoed. Okay.
Wow.
I never shared that story just
That's
because.
deep. That's deep.
I'm very private about my trajectory and just, my personal struggles, right? But the reason I share that with you, because it's not always perfect. It's not always pretty.
Yes.
I remember them
Absolutely.
picking up my car.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I remember them picking up my car. And I can't even remember if I cried, right?
Wow.
I can't even remember.
You probably did, because
But
I want
do
to cry.
remember. I do remember sitting in the middle of my bed and just saying, what the heck just happened?
Wow.
What the
Wow.
heck just happened?
The rug was pulled from under you.
It was.
Yeah.
However, again, I have stood on the shoulders of giants all of my life. My sisters helped me. We got that, gorgeous car back.
Wow.
To me, it's like if I make a commitment, I'm going to make sure that I carry it through. And my commitment was that I said I was going to pay that car, right?
Wow.
I paid that car.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it back. I paid it, and we bought another one, because life goes in circles. It's like you don't get stuck there, and that's what I mean by we get. It's like we go through moments in time, guys. We truly do. We go through moments in time, but how long are you going to get stuck there? And for me, truly, it's been just having a lot of resilience. Okay, that's what's going to get you through it, that resilience. And that's, truly, again, I'm like work in progress. So before, they cut me off and say, you talk too much, I want to say this.
No, I'm letting you talk because I want people to hear you because you're so fabulous at connecting. And this is what she does for her clients. This is why she's so successful, because you can connect with people. Keep on going, girl.
well, you know what? It's, again, it's like we get stuck in those moments. Okay, we have choices. Okay, and, again, I don't know how I'm able to do this and talk and feel comfortable because, you would never
it's
know.
Live TV.
Live TV.
You're going all over the world right now. Yeah, you're being
Right?
broadcasted all over the world.
But you know what? I know it's a gift. Okay, for such a long time, guys, it took me, actually, to be really honest, I've had great women mentors in my life, and I'm like so blessed and proud.
Yeah.
One of them, she was, my first mentor, I was, 14 years old. I've been going to the university since I was like 14. I would do summer programs. Okay, so then the next one, how I ended up where we're at now at our office, she basically told me, you either make an appointment to go interview, or else I'm going to set 3 interviews for you, and I'm going to tell them I'm your assistant.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you're
so
moving.
She pushed you. Thank you.
Okay.
She pushed you.
You're moving out of there.
Wow.
Okay. So it was like, hey.
Oh, that's how you end up at Berkshire Hathaway.
That's how I ended up there.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, ain't nobody going to manhandle me.
So your mentor told you either you go interview at offices or I'm gonna make the interviews for you.
Yes.
So what advice would you give other women that want to get into real estate? And knowing that it's a hard industry to work in, and if you want to be an award-winning realtor, I mean, this girl works day and night. I mean, she's up in the morning. You work out a lot, which is wonderful. You look beautiful, and then you go to work and you work hard for your clients till sundown. What advice would you give other women that want to get into real estate, or a struggling realtor that her business isn't doing well? What would you say? Because you told me hustle, grind, no complain, be resilient. What would you say about that?
Hustle, grind, be resilient. That's what I would say. You know what, truly, guys, it's, I did a Facebook Live yesterday. You're full of so many gifts, right? You're truly full of so many gifts that you stopped opening such a long time ago because you stopped thinking bigger than, what
your
we're
environment.
Saying, your environment.
So did you hear what she said, you guys? You have so many gifts. Ryan, the sound engineer, is going, oh my God. You have so many gifts that you stopped opening because you stopped thinking bigger than your environment. You guys, that is like gold stuff there. I mean, you cannot... And I'm giving this to you for free. Can you please share the dang show? Can you please like and heart this and tell people about the show and about my guests? This is gold. You have gifts that you stopped opening because you stopped thinking bigger than your environment. What the heck?
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And that's coming from me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because you're awesome.
There's just so much stuff coming out here today.
Wow. That is just wonderful. What would you tell someone, another woman, a mom, dad, whatever, who has stopped opening their gifts?
Get out of your head.
Wow.
Get out of your stinking head.
Yep.
I still do it, guys, but you know what? I'm very intentional now. Okay, there's a lot of different stuff that that I've been taught how to do. Okay, I'm going to say this. I've got a business coach whom I love. Okay, she's helped me grow exponentially. I've got, different mentors in my life. This lady here that truly inspires me. I'm going to say this before you guys cut me off.
How many minutes do we have? One? Okay.
One. Okay, so I'm going to make it really quick. This lady is willing to share just everything that, she's accomplished, and not many people are. Okay, so take people along the journey, get out of your stinking head, and you know what, just go for it. We ain't getting out of this thing alive.
That is so
right?
true.
We ain't getting out of this thing called live alive. So just, go hustle, grind, and,
don't complain.
Don't complain.
Don't complain. Hustle, grind, don't complain. Those are the 3 words she said to me when we last talked last night. And it is so true. And sometimes it sounds, how many minutes do I have for the whole show, Janet? 0? I was supposed to talk. 2 minutes? Okay. Hey, you're cutting me off. I like to talk. Oh, she said a little bit of Spanish. I forgot to speak Spanish. I'm so sorry, you guys. You see, I'm just an English girl, but I'm a Southern California LA girl, but I'm a Latina también. So Now I got thrown off. Dang it, now I forgot what I was going to say, and I'm on
Where
live
can
TV.
I help?
I don't know. I'm on live TV. I don't know what I'm going to say anymore. No, anyways. Hustle, grind, don't complain. I know it sounds so like mean and so harsh and, you know, like if, gosh, they have no like sensitivity. No, we don't. And you can't. And that's the truth. When people come to me and they say, "Oh, you know, I'm broke again. I lost my job." Why did you lose your job? What are you doing? "Oh, I don't have a car. I can't get to work." Well, take the dang bus. Hustle, grind, don't complain. Viri, Martha, Janet, myself, and so many women that I surround myself with. These are the women I surround myself with. You know why? Because they don't complain. They grind and they hustle. And that's what you need to do. If it sounds mean, then it's going to sound mean to you. Then stay in the environment you're in. Or hustle, grind, don't complain. Think bigger than your environment and start opening the gifts that you have not opened because you're not thinking bigger than your environment. Martha, it has been such a pleasure to have you on this show. I look forward to learning more from you. You inspire me. If you guys connect with Martha, if you guys vibe with her personality and you need to sell your home or you need to buy a house, contact her. She is so contactable. She's on Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram.
What's your handle on Facebook?
Martha Cervantez.
Martha Cervantez. Yes. You're also give them your email address.
It's M-A-R-T, Cervantes at AOL.com.
Okay. She's with Berkshire Hathaway. Contact her. Inbox her. Friend her. She will fight for your transaction. She will get you through escrow. She's a negotiator. She knows how to do this stuff. It's her specialty. Viri's the same. Viri will not let you down. She will fight for you. I have these two powerhouse Latina realtors, and I'm just so proud to have had both of you girls on the show. Thank you for sharing your story with me. Thank you for trusting me with it. I don't take that lightly. When you guys come on my show, I don't take it lightly. How many minutes do I have before I keep gabbing? 0? I'm done? 1 minute? Okay, they're being generous with me. I know they are. When you guys come on my show, all the shows that I've had before, Monica, Eloy, Jeremy, Blanca, Sophia, and Tanya, and am I leaving anybody out? I totally take your stories as an honor to present to the world. Next week, I have Denise Garcia and Sandra Carrillo, I believe. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have to tune in next week for these girls. They're going to blow your mind, and you're going to be blown away by what they've survived and they come through. So please like the show, share it, tell people about it, tell people to watch it. Let me know where you're watching from, and thank you for your support. And remember these words, okay? Speak right, act right, live right. Right? Thank you, you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm Julie Sands, Imaginate, CEO, founder of Shake It Up Now. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great show, guys.
Thank you.